Pirates of Penzance opened with a bang in Potter Hall this November, treating patrons to a weekend of song, dance, and sword fighting.
Pirates is I think probably my new favorite, in brute honesty.
It's very whimsical. We have lots of bright colors, lots of crazy choreography going on. The characters are just completely ridiculous.
There's some good comedy, some good interjecting. There's some characters who will steal the show away. You'll know who they are when you see them. Towards the end of the show, there's some good action, some combat and stuff on stage, and then it ends on a pretty fair note.
The operetta was written by the famed duo Gilbert and Sullivan and first premiered in 1879. The play centers on poking fun at Victorian aristocracy by way of tender pirates, cowardly policemen, and prudish sisters.
And Gilbert and Sullivan, if you are familiar with Monty Python, is Monty Python before Monty Python was a thing. They're parodying Victorian England. They're a parody, they're satire, they're brilliant satire. They're making fun of traditional opera, musical theater, British noble class in particular.
All of the characters are sort of based on this commedia dell'arte style, which Gilbert and Sullivan just sort of co-opted into this operetta.
The play is the only play in recent years at Missouri Western to feature a full orchestra ensemble, which provided expanded opportunities for theater and music students alike.
One major thing that sets this show apart from the rest of the shows this season is that this is really an operetta. There's really only about 5% of this show that is spoken only.
And it's a way to unify music, dance, and theater in the new fine arts school of fine arts. And so again, it just makes sense. We have opera studies, and now with a musical theater director and a musical theater concentration. Again, it's sort of a no-brainer.
Pirates of Penzance showcased both seasoned university actors as well as fresh faces to Missouri Western stage.
This is my first college production. I've been in productions in high school, just small ones like You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, Annie, also Godspell. This one is much bigger, much more time-consuming. I've never had to take part in a role that required so much effort and time and a lot of character development.
We're going to talk about the big pink elephant in the room. The biggest adjustment to getting into this character was the two beavers that I have attached to the side of my face. I've been growing this beard for a month, and right after I saw my costume for the first time, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to shave this off and get it done.
What? Oh my gosh! Do you want tweezers?
And the moment that I did, I was like, okay, yeah, I can kind of see who this guy is. I mean, it's one thing to know that I'm going to be wearing mutton chops, but it's another thing entirely to look in a mirror and see that on your face.
The costume, makeup, and set design were all held to Victorian theater standards to adhere to the time period of the show. Many of the costumes were handmade, adding to the authenticity.
And it's also different because it's more of a classic show because it's Gilbert and Sullivan. So it's been around for quite a long time, but we've found a way to kind of revamp it and make it different.
Don Lilly did the set design for the show. Again, we're sticking really close to the way Gilbert and Sullivan, that time period and how sets were designed, so everything's pretty much a facade that's been painted.
We call it a painter show because it's all painted. It's cut out, it's painted. We don't make any pretense at all that this is real rocks and real this and real that. It's very theatrical, which would be 1887, the way they would do it.
I don't have very many lighting cues in this. It's really about costumes and performance. That's just the way Gilbert Sullivan work.
We'll throw just a tad bit of modernization to it, but very little. And so if Queen Victoria was to walk in, she'd be very comfortable watching the show. We would be very scared because of the apparition, but it would play real close to the way it would have been seen in 1887.
The cast and crew of Pirates only hope their audiences found an escape from the everyday rigors of their lives and lost themselves in a classic tale of piracy and policy.
I want them to remember how much fun they had watching it, how just, especially in contrast to anything serious they've ever seen. I want them to see how it's just a barrel of laughs.
It really is the type of show where you can just kind of come and check your brain at the door and just have fun.
I hope that they come and they enjoy it and they get to laugh with us and they get to just for a little while escape and just enjoy the humor and have a good positive evening out, to just get away. There's so much in the world that isn't fun right now that it's nice to have a night out at the theater and to just laugh a little and just forget everything. So that's what I hope. I hope they can just come and have a good time.
Pirates of Penzance ran for 4 showings, taking its final curtain call after a Sunday matinee. For more information on Missouri Western's upcoming shows, check out the Missouri Western Theater, Cinema, and Dance website. For Jeni Swope, this is Christina Wade with Griffon Update.